Hello everybody, my name is Ratnos, and welcome to This Week in Mythic Plus. This week's affixes are Fortified, Bursting, Storming, and of course Encrypted. It's still encrypted, it's not going to be shrouded until Season 4, which is sometime down the line, even though patch 9.2.5 is out. But patch 9.2.5 being out means that we do have cross-faction gaming available if you want it. So, if you're pugging, first of all, if you're just Alliance, you should see a lot more pug groups available. But if you're a group creator, and you want to create a group, you can choose to limit it to Horde, or obviously Alliance, or not. And I recommend not doing this. Get a wider pool of players. And yeah, because this is opt-out rather than opt-in, it should mean that if you're an Alliance player, you should see a lot more groups showing up here, because most people are just not going to bother changing any of these settings. So, should be pretty fun. You can do that, yeah, with members of the Alliance. This is a pretty good push week as well. Fortified, Bursting, Storming. These affixes don't slow down the dungeon too much. Storming, obviously, a little bit annoying for melee. It's also one of the best weeks for Dwarves on the calendar, because Bursting gets removed by Stoneform. So if you're a high-key pusher, or if you're just in a push group of any kind, or if you just kind of want to focus on Mythic Plus, and you want to play a race that's really good at that, Dwarf is definitely really, really, really strong. Dark Iron also, although Dwarf is better for most DPS specs, but depends on the one. Usually you're going to get more value out of Dwarf, though. You can swap to Alliance and play with your friends still. You won't be able to stay in your guild, so that might be a drawback for you. If you do swap to Dwarf, I would say one thing that's really good is to get a weak horde that just lets you know if you have something that you can Stoneform off and reminds you that you can. At least if you're like me, that was really helpful when I was playing Dwarf on Tournament Realm for something back in BFA, and that helped me a lot to actually press that button and get some value out of it. So definitely think about having something like that. Maybe something that lets you know if you have like 6 stacks of Bursting and Stoneform is off cooldown. And if you're a healer, even if you're a Horde side healer, one thing you're going to want to start tracking is Stoneform CD for people, especially this week. So yeah, just a couple little pieces of advice. The only other things I have this week is, as always, a preemptive reminder that certain mobs trigger on death affixes that can be pretty harsh. The biggest, obviously, group is here. The first stream of Plaguefall. All of these things burst, so be extremely careful of that. Couple other mobs burst, like there's some mobs in the General Call Trash Gauntlet that burst that may surprise you. Murlocs. Most of these burst. So yeah, I don't know, just remember it's bursting. Careful of your pulls. Mass Spell really strong, obviously, as well. Stoneform really strong. File of Serenity really strong if you can play Kyrian. Yeah, that's all I got for you this week. Have fun out there. Make sure to not be toxic to the other faction too much, except in fun ways. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.